So we're going to be discussing or talking about Vlookup today. So Vlookup is essentially a function in Excel which is used to look up values. But one unique thing about it is it only look up value to the right, which we are going to be looking at one example here now. Take for example, in probably given a task to populate the some information like the customer name, phone number, amount, and balance for this particular transaction ID. So what you do is just to write VLOOKUP, tap. So when you tap VLOOKUP, like you're writing a formula, you can see that it has some parameters like the lookup value, table array, the column index, and of course the true or false for you to be able to search for what you're looking for. So VLOOKUP is essentially a function that is used to search for values. So take for example the customer name now. So we are looking for customer name for this particular transaction, and VLOOKUP is a very good function to go about it. So we click on the lookup value, which is this particular transaction ID that we are looking for. Then we go to the table array. Table array is basically, let's just choose the whole table that we have here. So then we lock it using F4. So F4 locks the table in place for us. Then from there, we now choose the index where the customer name is. So this particular customer name now, where is the index? So you can see now there's 1 and this is 2. So it's in index 2 here. So it's in index 2 here. Then after that, you can just go to the next one, which is if you are looking for exact match or approximate match. So we're going to go writing 0 because 0 is false, which is an exact match that we're looking for. We close it, then we click enter. So you can see now it populates everything for us. So if you want to take it a notch further, you can adjust the formula so that we can populate everything at once. So we can populate the customer name, the phone number, the amount, and the balance at once instead of doing it one by one. So what we can do is to remove the two, put like a curly bracket between it, then list the indexes of the columns that we are looking for. This is, as you can see here, this is a column index. So this is the column index. So we can put uh, as much index that we want to populate. So let's do it. Let's just write 1, which is 2, customer name, phone number is 4, and then we have the amount, which is 5, then balance is 6. If you click enter now, it populates everything for us instead of doing it manually. Yeah, so that's one use case for VLOOKUP. But as you can see now, it goes from the left to the right. So let's now look at one of the limitations. One of the limitations of VLOOKUP is it cannot look for values going to the left. Take for example this user ID that is here now. If you want to populate the customer name, a VLOOKUP will not be the appropriate function to use. Let's see if it's going to work. So we tap just like we did the other time. We're looking for this particular user ID. Then let's just select everything, the whole table, just like we did the other time. We lock it in. Then let's search for the customer name. The customer name is in column 2. Put 2, put 0, which is the exact match, and close it. You see, you get an NA. You are getting an NA because this particular customer name is going to the left. So you are searching from here, going to the left here. And what VLOOKUP is used for is searching from the left, going to the right. So it will not work. So in this particular video, we are going to be looking at how we can use VLOOKUP for data validation. So instead of using VLOOKUP to also search, you can also use it to guarantee that our data is consistent. Take for example, we are asked to populate the state column based on this particular state list that we have here. So to make sure that the state values are consistent with this list, we are asked to use a VLOOKUP to, it might be anything. For this particular case, we're using VLOOKUP to validate it. So what we can do is to highlight the whole column or the cells that we want to populate the state in. Then we go to our data tab, then we click on data validation here. So in this data validation, all we need to do is just to come to the custom because we're going to write in a VLOOKUP formula which I've written. So we'll just paste the VLOOKUP formula here. So basically this VLOOKUP formula is just saying any value that is in F11, you can see this place is F11, F11 down, any value there, go to the state sheet, check all the values in the state sheet, compare it with this F11 value that we have typed in, and make sure they are the same. If they are not the same, throw an error. That's basically what this particular formula is saying. I'm going to put the formula in the description section of this video. So the error that we want it to throw is invalid state. That's what we want it to throw. So when we say okay, you can see now when I come in and write Lagos, it accepts it and goes to the next column. Even if I change it to a lowercase Lagos, it still accepts it. Why? Because there's a Lagos in this particular list. So basically it's validating against this list. So let's if I come in and write Yobe now, for example. So it's going to give me an invalid state. So it's telling me that this particular Yobe is not in this state, which is